us is author and relationship expert Matthew Hussey. We've been talking about getting over dead-end relationships. Before the break, we met Ty and Shani. Both have exes they can't get over, and they nominated themselves for a love intervention. So, ladies, are you ready to be whipped into shape?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
How long does it take, on average, to break a habit?
There are different schools of thought on this. Some people say 14 days, some people say 21, others say 28. For you guys right now, consistency is key. So the more consistently you break that habit of focusing on that person, texting that person, calling that person, the quicker you're going to overcome that little pain barrier that you're going to go through right now.
Okay, week one is all about self-improvement, I see. What do you need to avoid to accomplish that goal?
So here's what I want you to avoid this week, in week one. First, texting and Facebook stalking this guy. Any drunk dialing. Avoid.
Darn, that's fun.
You can avoid that by avoiding drinking this week.
Okay.
Bringing them up with mutual friends. So when you're with your friends, don't make a point of bringing the situation up constantly. By the way, if you do, your friends will end up hating you anyway. Because they'll realize that you only have one conversation now.
Right.
Now, here are some things that it's okay to allow. Mourning. So you're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be hurt. The worst thing people do in life is not only do they feel bad about a situation, but then they beat themselves up for feeling bad. So allow yourself to mourn right now. Meditating, and whatever that means to you. Just taking time to sit down and reflect. One of the classic meditation techniques is just to verbalize what you're feeling. So if I'm feeling lonely, if I'm feeling depressed, if I'm feeling like I'm unwanted, just verbalize it. This is just about you reflecting. And list your goals. This is a good time to get back to what is it I actually want to achieve in my life? Because isn't it true that even if you have a relationship, you've got to have a bigger vision for your life? You've got to have something that your life is about beyond just the relationship. That's what feeds the relationship. So don't change that now you're alone, okay? So this is week one.
Okay, let's go to week two.
Week two is get up and go. Now, this means, at this point, I want you to start getting out there, but I really want you to spend time with the people in your life that are going to serve you. So, you want to find the right people. Here's what to avoid. Staying in. Now, being on your own sometimes is fine, but this is a time when you want to keep yourself a little bit busy so that you're distracted. Depressing rom-coms. All right, so I don't want you to be watching. In fact, just avoid rom-coms right now.
Altogether, okay.
All right, don't be watching Love Actually.
Oh, no,
which is a terrible film anyway.
I love that film, but you cried.
I hate that film.
Why do you hate? What's the matter with you?
Because it's just dripping with British awfulness.
You loved it. Okay.
And lastly, tubs of ice cream.
Okay.
Here's what to allow. What to allow? You are allowed to announce that you're available. This doesn't mean singing it from the hilltops. It just means that when you're talking to people, you are single. Start to identify with that now. You can go on a girls' night out. Don't make it about meeting guys. Don't make it about something happening. Just a fun night out with the girls. And lastly, therapy. Now, what I mean by that is not even literally. I mean, just find mentors in your life right now. People who are really good to be around. If it's coaching, if it's an informal mentor, someone you look up to, someone who's been through it before, spend time with those people right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Week three.
Week three.
Week three.
We're doing this.
Okay.
Okay. New beginnings. One of the hardest parts about a breakup is that you consistently focus on all the memories you have with that person. Now, I need you to create new memories that don't include that person. So that now, when you start to play that slideshow of your life recently, it doesn't involve that person. There's a whole new world that you've created that's separate from them. Okay. So here's what to avoid. Drive-bys. Don't be going near his house. Any tangible reminders. So things like photos and mementos and things like that. It's not that you have to trash your life that you had with that person. You don't. But for the time being, remove as many of those things out of sight as possible.
But Shani has a daughter, so she can't remove everything. Her
No,
logo may
you
notice
can't
that.
remove your daughter.
No,
nor would you want to.
Daughter, but I mean things that of her dad that are.
Of course, but this is about setting yourself up to win. There are certain parts you can't control, but there are other parts you can.
Okay,
Don't make it more difficult than it has to be. And one-night stands, this isn't the time for it. You may think that it's going to help you like shift into a different gear or get over someone. It won't. It's likely just going to make you more depressed.
Okay.
Here's what to allow. Travel somewhere new. Go somewhere where you can create a new experience. Make it somewhere you've always wanted to go. Try a new restaurant. Take a class. Give yourself new experiences, new memories that have nothing to do with this man.
Okay.
Let's move on to week 4. Week 4 is quite simple. Flirt.
Flirt.
I want week 4 to be a week where you get comfortable flirting with other people. Now, this doesn't mean you actually have to go on dates right now, because I know it's a sensitive subject and I know it's going to be tough. It's going to take a moment. But just flirting with people and having a fun time. You could just look at someone for an extra second. Here's a great line you could use, by the way. Ladies, this is amazing. You walk past a guy, you don't even have to carry on after this line. You just say, "You look like you'd be really charming, but I have no time to find out." It's the best. It's genius. Okay. Nothing to avoid here. Don't try and avoid embarrassment or rejection or anything like that. Just have fun with it and go out there and flirt.